Good Tuesday morning, everybody. It's me, Chris Powell.
And I'm David Smith.
And okay, sorry that we missed yesterday. We were really busy. We actually had some good friends from Japan come into town, and we're excited because you'll actually be able to follow along with us on our adventures back and forth to Tokyo in the upcoming months. So, really cool stuff that we want to share with you there. But let's get down to business, huh?
Let's do this.
All right, so it's the red phase of nutrition this week. That means that yesterday, Monday, was a low day, a low carb day. Today's a high carb day. Tomorrow is a high carb day, and then we're going to drop it back down into a low carb day on Thursday. A lot more information on the low carb days, and it's going to be coming up on a regular basis, of course, 5 meals of the day. And because it's a high carb day, the majority of those meals are going to have carbohydrates in them. We want to use those carbohydrates, increase blood sugar levels, raise metabolic rate just a little bit. So I've already done my 10-minute MetaBoost this morning. D still has to work on his, but what's on the agenda for the accelerators?
It's going to be some nasty 90s.
Sweet. And what does that mean?
90 seconds fast, 90 seconds slow.
And it's as simple as walking. We just want you to get out there and walk. That's it. 90 seconds fast, 90 seconds slow. Of course, if you're just getting started, 10 to 15 minutes is more than enough. You don't need more than that. For the beginners, if you're already pretty comfortable with the walking, try 20 to 30 minutes, intermediate 40 to 45 minutes, and then advanced 50 to 60 minutes. And believe it or not, walking is probably one of the most effective, if not the most effective, movements, exercises for fat burning. Of course, we will usually want to do our accelerators later on in the evening when we've pulled the carbohydrates out from our meals. But a lot more of that to come. I'll explain to you how and why. Okay, so we got some really cool stuff coming up for you guys. And we've got the MetaBoost covered. We got the accelerators covered. Tip of the day.
Tip of the day. All right. I have a letter here.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Jamie in Boston.
Oh, you know what? That's the letter of the day. Let's do tip of the day right here.
Okay, you got me confused.
Go ahead.
With this stuff. All right. Hey, how are you? I have a question. I'm almost 22. I hate my thighs, and I don't feel comfortable to wear shorts or be in a bathing suit. What are some exercises that I can do? Thanks for your time, Tawny.
All right, Tawny, first and foremost, thank you for your question. And trust me, we get this question all the time. I'm glad you asked it because whether you want to lose 10 pounds or whether you're looking to lose 200 pounds, so many people, they have the same concerns as far as they just don't like the way that they're looking in the mirror. However, keep in mind, what you're looking at is, essentially we've got this incredible muscle, this incredible sculpture underneath is a blanket of fat. That's a blanket of energy that kind of sits on top of our muscle. So you've already got this beautiful, beautiful body underneath this blanket. Now you're talking about the blanket of energy that's sitting on top of the muscle in your thighs. Now granted, if all you saw was that muscle and it was just simply muscle, then skin, I think you'd have the thighs that you were looking for. However, there's this blanket of energy that's sitting up on top of that muscle. So we want to reduce that blanket. So many people, they ask me, they're like, well, what are the exercises that I can do? I'm going to fill you guys in on a little secret. It's not in the exercise, it's in the nutrition. This guy will tell you that. That's exactly how we can transform and lose a lot of weight in, 2-3 years. We can drop, 400 pounds in just over 2 years. It's nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. Bodybuilders, they manipulate their nutrition more than they manipulate their exercise. Sports performance, there's a lot of exercise base there, but it really comes down to this incredible nutrition base. So we utilize exercise to stimulate the muscle. However, we use nutrition to burn the fat. So when it comes to the exercise, I'll give you a couple quick tips. Similar to the MetaBoost that I did this morning, I utilized a lot of back lunges and we utilized a lot of squats. We want to use the muscles, and of course those are your thigh muscles, your butt and thigh muscles that are moving when we're back lunging and we're squatting. So keep in mind, when we're doing those, we also want to play in a higher repetition range. We don't want to break those tissues down. When we load a lot of weight on our lunges and our squats, we can actually break those muscle fibers. We don't want to break them. We want to play in about a 15 to 25 rep range, even sometimes upwards of 30 to 40 repetitions. We simply want to burn through the fuel in those fuel tanks. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about fuel tanks over the next couple months as you guys are following us along. A lot of different words and phrases that I use. You're going to get used to my language and you're going to start to understand what we're talking about. But really what it comes down to is stimulating that muscle early in the morning and then walking, walking, walking. If you don't want your thighs to touch, just keep walking. Keep doing those accelerators in the evening. Do the nasty 90s tonight. That's what this is all about. And then, of course, now we manipulate our nutrition around there. That's when we usually pull our carbohydrates out. We plug our veggies in there, and of course, eating lots of protein. And then we're going to be doing a lot of our walking and accelerating from there. That's how we can create a really incredible transformation and bring that layer of energy. We're going to reduce it down to a point where you can actually see that muscle coming out underneath. You get that shape and that size. So hope that helps. And guys, remember, it's nutrition, nutrition, nutrition. If you want to burn that layer of energy, reduce that body fat, it's all based in nutrition. Not so much exercise. But don't worry, we'll got a lot of really cool stuff to show you there. Thank you, Tawny. Now, letter of the day.
Letter of the day.
Yes.
It's from Jamie in Boston. I'm a dietitian in Boston. I'm in the middle of watching 650-Pound Virgin on TLC. Love that title. And of course, I started Googling you and your nutrition advice. As a dietitian, you can imagine I always start to wince when trainers are giving out nutrition advice. But after seeing the program and reading the Stacks website, I'm really impressed with the appropriate and accurate information you presented. Specifically, I appreciate your advice about restructuring the day to include breakfast, eating more to get a person's metabolism working, that it takes 2 weeks for your body to respond to changes, the importance of not depriving oneself, evident in cheat days, and your explanations about the body's response to changes in intake. I'm excited to follow your blog. Sincerely, Jamie.
Still waking up. We're still waking up over here, guys.
Yes.
Jamie, thank you so much. I don't blame you. A lot of times I wince too when I hear dietitians try to give training advice or trainers try to give nutrition advice. Really, when it comes to the nutrition, I try to keep it as simple as possible and really kind of approach everything from a real life solution standpoint. So I never really try to dial in specifically because you know what? We've found, and especially with a lot of the doctors that I've worked with, also the more specific that we get with the nutrition, the more people can't follow it. So this is just really all about creating real life solutions to our problems. And so thank you so much. I'm so glad that you appreciate like what we've got going on here. And also, I really do want to give just the honest truth behind transformation. Yes, it does take time. Patience, especially on this journey. Keep in mind, this is not a 90-day program. This is a journey that many of us are going through. Granted, if you're only looking to lose 10 to 15 pounds, it's not going to take that much time, in just a matter of weeks. However, if you're like most of us out there, and especially the folks who are writing into us, you know, give yourself a year, 2 years on this journey, even upwards of 2.5 years. Set those long-term goals, and of course we're going to hit some really cool short-term goals in the meantime, and that's why we like to use a 2-week window for those short-term goals. And of course, you know, breakfast, that's the first thing that we always do.
Oh,
Stop sumo dieting. Guys, that's so old school. That was so last year. Keep in mind, most of us were so busy on the computers, and we get so busy. Our husband came home from work early, I gotta go pick up the kids at soccer practice, or, you know, the wife is nagging me, and I forgot when to eat, the boss is dropping deadlines. No. Guys, breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, 5 times a day. It's mandatory when you want to create a transformation. Ask this guy. He definitely knows. So,
I definitely do.
And Jamie, we promise we will keep giving good, solid nutrition and training advice. And I won't even say nutritional advice, I'll say lifestyle advice. So, guys, thank you so much. And also, thanks for your patience. We are busy loading everything that we possibly can onto this blog. So I know there's a lot of unfinished blog articles and all that stuff. And so we are loading it on there. You'll be able to follow along with us to the T here pretty soon. So thank you again for your patience. September 15th, that's when the actual program is coming out. And it's going to be really, really cool. So thanks again, guys. And we will see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, bright and early.